beautiful. Oh, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Arsalan Ahmed Fayaz and I'm your host for Little Legends, a trivia game show for kids by kids. We wanted to see if kids like me and you from across Canada were able to take on brain-bending trivia. So we gathered up some very smart kids and we'll be testing their knowledge on various topics. This is going to be fun. I'll be joined by my co-host, Barirah Qureshi. Barirah?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is so exciting. We will be talking about so many things, exploring, discovering, and learning together. I hope you are as thrilled as I am. Let me introduce you to today's contestants. We have Team 1, Dania and Hania. We have Team 2, Varisha and Samiya. And we have Team 3, Sabika and Abdus Salam. Good luck!
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah Rabbi zidni ilma. Why to get to know Allah? Allah has shown us brightness. The Quran is filled with guidance. Science and faith go hand in hand. See the beauty in God's land. Why to get to know Allah? Start by saying Bismillah. You'll succeed inshallah. Sharing knowledge is the key. Here's a test for you and me. Why to get to know Allah?
Assalamu alaikum to our Little Legends contestants. And welcome. How are you? Are you excited?
Yes!
Amazing. So am I. Okay, so let's dive right in. I'll explain the rules. So in this game, there will be 4 different rounds, and each round will have 3 questions. All the questions are up for grabs. You just need to be the first to buzz in order to answer. If you answer correctly, you will receive 10 points. If you get it wrong, the other 2 teams will get a chance to answer to get half of the points. That is 5 points. If no one gets the answer right, there are no points given, and we move on to the next question. You will only have 1 chance to answer. In the end, there will be a challenge worth extra points. The winner will be those with the highest score. They will then move on to the semifinals. Remember, the point of the game isn't to win, but to gain knowledge and have fun! Let's begin with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes!
Our first round is called I'm a Muslim. Question 1. Which special prayer is read in Witr Salat at the end of the night? Team 3, Sabika and Abdus Salam.
Dania and Hania.
That's correct. You got the correct answer.
Dania and Hania can be a hard prayer to learn, but here's a tip to remember it. You can ask someone else to read it to you, or you can listen to the audio of the prayer on Al-Islam. Hearing a prayer is very easy to remember.
That's a useful tip, Barirah. You could also read it every night before you go to bed, and over a couple nights, you'll know the prayer in no time at all. Okay, next question. How many sons did the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, have? Team 3, Sabika and Abdus Salam.
He had 3 sons.
Wonderful, that's the answer I was looking for. The Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, had 3 sons with his wife Hazrat Khadija Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anha, and their names were Qasim Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, Tahir Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, and Tayyab Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu.
The Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, was born in Mecca, which is in Saudi Arabia. He was born an orphan, as his father passed away a few months before his birth. The name Muhammad means the praised one, and it was given to our Prophet, peace be upon him, by his grandfather, Abdul Muttalib.
Yes, Barirah, and his father's name was Abdullah, and his mother's name was Amina. May Allah be pleased with them. Okay, question 3. What is Umrah? Team 2, Varisha and Samiya.
It's when you go to the Kaaba to pray.
Well, you'll get 5 points because you answered some of the question right, but not the full question. Here's the full answer. It is a lesser pilgrimage to Mecca at any time through the year to perform the tawaf of the Kaaba. Have any of you been to Mecca for Umrah or Hajj, Team 2?
No.
I hope we can all travel to Mecca very soon for this amazing opportunity.
We invited some little legends to share how they felt when they went to Umrah. Let's hear what they have to say.
Assalamu alaikum, Barirah. I loved Umrah. My favorite part of Umrah was getting to touch the Kaaba. And it was super cool because on the first day I got to touch it, which most people don't really get to do. The Kaaba was so big and so beautiful and it smelled so nice. I really hope I can go again soon, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, Barirah. While going to Makkah to perform Umrah, I really enjoyed doing tawaf. I also really enjoyed reading namaz in Masjid Nabawi and Khana Kaaba with my family. I also drank a lot of Zamzam water because it was the holy water. I also read a lot of tilawat. And I really enjoyed that vacation and I wish I can go back.
Wow, Jazakumullah for sharing your experience. I can't wait till I go to Mecca for Umrah or Hajj, inshallah.
Me too, Barirah. I can't wait to see the Kaaba. Our second round is called Under the Microscope. Question 1. What is the name of the force that keeps planets in orbit? Team 2, Varisha and Samiya.
Gravity?
Nice one. That's the correct answer.
Allah tells us about the orbit of the sun and the moon in chapter 21, verse 34, saying, "And it is Allah who created the night and the day, the sun and the moon, each gliding along in its orbit." Whoa, nice throw. Gravity doesn't only keep planets in balance. It's also the reason that my ball comes back down instead of going higher and higher and higher.
Wait, Barirah. I just thought of something. Wouldn't it be cool if you go skydiving with no gravity? Would it be skydiving or sky floating? Okay, question 2. Which color absorbs the most heat? Team 3, Sabika and Abdus Salam.
White?
Not quite, but that's okay. I'm going to open this question for the other 2 teams. Team 1, Dania and Hania.
Is it yellow?
Not quite, but the actual answer was black. The more light the object absorbs, the more heat it absorbs, since light is energy. So the color that is the darkest, which is black, would absorb the most heat and light.
Do you know the meaning behind the black and white colors on our flag? Khalifa Rabi Rahmanullah alayhi said that the black represents the prophets and their ability to absorb all of Allah's message, and the white represents how they reflect all of Allah's light and message onto us and help us go on the right path. Isn't that really cool?
That is a very cool fact, Barirah. I did not know that. I love how our religion teaches us about science too. Okay, question 3. The process of a solid changing to a liquid by heating is called? Team 3, Sabika and Abdus Salam.
Melting?
Amazing! That's the answer I was looking for.
Ooh, I'm in the mood for ice cream. Assalamu alaikum, Shafi. No, as Arsalan said, brown cows don't make chocolate milk. See, I'm telling you, brown cows don't... Oh no, it melted. I gotta go, Shuffy. I didn't realize I was talking about chocolate milk that long. I got an idea. I'll take this liquid and turn it into a solid by freezing. It worked! Yes!
Okay, so my ice cream didn't really freeze by me snapping my fingers. So, what really happened? Let's look under the microscope. Our whole world is filled with tiny particles called atoms. Atoms are a basic unit of matter and are made up of three particles: the protons, the neutrons, and the electrons. When atoms interact with each other, they form molecules. For example, a molecule of water is created by mixing two molecules of hydrogen and one molecule of oxygen. Everything around us is made up of molecules, which exist in three states of matter, called solid, liquid, or gas. What's interesting about the three states of matter is what causes them to change from one form to another and back again. Like when a solid block of ice turns to a liquid, which is water, then to a gas, which is steam. It all happens because of heat and pressure. When the ice is heated, the molecules of water start to vibrate and move further apart from each other. The more heat is applied, the further apart the molecules move until they are no longer joined by the forces of attraction between molecules. This is called the melting point. That's why freezing cold winters eventually give way to warmer weather. The heat from the sun makes the snow and the ice melt. That's also why your ice cream melts really fast on a hot day, or in my case, when you talk about chocolate milk for way too long. What happens, though, if you keep heating the liquid molecules? Well, they expand further and further apart until they break free from their bond and form a gas, which looks a lot like these balloons, freely floating away. So we've explored how melting works, but what happens when we do the opposite, which is freezing? All we need to do is remove the heat. All of the speedy molecules that were so far apart during the gaseous stage slow down and start to huddle closer to each other again. This is when the gas or liquid contracts or shrinks back into a solid form. That's why when we put water into the freezer below 0 degrees, it will freeze back to ice. That's how ice crystals, snowflakes, and even ice cream is made. So there you have it, the science behind melting and freezing.
Man, do I love ice cream. If my ice cream melted, I would be really sad. Okay, moving on to our next round. Our third round is called Out of This World. Question 1. Which astronaut was the first person to walk on the moon? Team 1, Dania and Hania.
Neil Armstrong.
That's correct.
Arsalan, have you heard the famous line that Neil Armstrong said when he stepped on the moon on July 20th, 1969?
Yeah, Barirah, I think he said,
He said, "That's one small step for man, and that's one giant leap for mankind."
Thanks for reminding me, Barirah. That was on the tip of my tongue. Okay, question 2. True or false? The sun is the biggest planet in our solar system. Team 1, Dania and Hania.
False.
Wonderful, that's the correct answer.
Guess what? The sun is actually a star, because it's just a giant ball of gases like all the other stars. Also, it's the only star we can see during the daytime. Did you also know that over 1 million Earths could fit into the sun? That is so big.
Whoa, Barirah, that makes me feel very small. Allah's creation is so incredible. It reminds me of one of his attributes, Al-Musawwir, meaning the fashioner, which means he is the maker of each and everything in all of his creation in a perfect way. That leads me to our next question. Question 3. Which is the largest planet in our solar system? Team 1, Dania and Hania.
Jupiter.
That's correct.
Imagine this is Earth. This would be the size of Jupiter compared to it. I couldn't even find something that would be the size of the sun. It wouldn't even fit in my house.
Do you have a favorite planet, Team 1?
Earth.
I can see why it would be Earth. Yeah, that's understandable. Well, mine's Jupiter, because it's Jupiter. Our fourth round is called Aapko Urdu Aati Hai? Question 1. What do you call the color green in Urdu? Team 1, Dania and Hania.
Hara.
That's correct. आपको कौन सा रंग सबसे ज्यादा पसंद है, दानिया और हानिया?
मुझे नीला पसंद है.
मुझे सब्ज भी और नीला रंग पसंद है. Okay, question 2. What do you call a fish in Urdu? Team 1, Dania and Hania.
मछली. मछली.
Yes, you got the correct answer.
I was reading about Hazur's trip to Japan in 2015 and Abid Khan Sahib's personal account of the trip. And guess what? Hazur says he loves all types of seafood. And in Japan, he even tried octopus and turtle soup. Isn't that super cool?
Question 3. Name one fruit starting with alif. Team 2, Varisha and Samiya. Wonderful, that's the correct answer. I thought you meant like you didn't know the answer. Barirah, with the flashcards, can you tell me the English translation to each of these fruits?
Oh, okay.
Anar.
Pomegranates. Mangoes.
Angur.
Grapes.
Ananas.
Pineapple.
Amrud.
Guava.
Aloo bukhara.
Aloo bukhara. A sick potato?
It's actually a plum. But that was a really good try.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, why would anyone want to eat a sick potato anyway?
So we're at the end of our question round, and now we're on to our round called Speedy Straws. Both partners will have to do this challenge. Both partners will have 10 candies in their individual bowls, and 1 straw each. Only one hand may be used to hold the straws. When the timer begins, using the straw with your mouth, both partners will collect the candies from one bowl and put each of the candies into the bowl in the middle. Once you have all 20 candies into the bowl in the middle, and only then you can put your hand up. Are you all ready? Okay, starting the time in 3, 2, 1. Speedy straws, go!
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah Rabbi zidni ilma Why? To get to know Allah. Allah has shown us brightness. The Quran is filled with guidance. Science and faith go hand in hand. See the beauty in God's land. Why? To get to know Allah. Start by saying Bismillah. You'll succeed inshallah. Sharing knowledge is the key. Here's a test for you and me.
Wow, you all are really speedy with your straws. Well, I'm speedy with my straws when I'm drinking chocolate milk. Anyways, Team 3 finished the fastest for 15 points. Team 1 finished the second fastest for 10 points. And Team 2 finished the third fastest for 5 points. Great effort, guys. Now let's check the scoreboard to see who the winning team is today. The winning team will go through to the semifinals and have a chance to be crowned MTA Little Legends champions. Team 2 comes in third place with 30 points. Team 3 comes in second place with 45 points. And Team 1 comes in first place with 16 points. Barakallahu lakum. The winner of this game is Team 1. Good job, guys. And a big thank you to Team 2 and Team 3 for amazing effort and participation. So MTA viewers, that's it for our game today. We hope you all had as much fun watching us today as we had fun making it for you. For more fun games and trivia, make your way over to mta.tv/ca. Stay safe, may Allah be with you all, and from us to you, until next time, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah Rabbi zidni ilma. Why? To get to know Allah. Allah has shown us brightness. The Quran is filled with guidance. Science and faith go hand in hand. See the beauty in God's land. Why? To get to know Allah. Start by saying Bismillah. You'll succeed inshallah. Sharing knowledge is the key. Here's a test for you and me. Why? To get to know Allah.